There is an art to refrying beans. Genuine refried beans. I made my pintos slow cooked in a crock pot. I threw in a couple of ham hocks or pig's feet, and then I deboned those after it was cooked. And then I started to refry my beans this morning, and I'm going to show you this. That right there is lard or manteca that I rendered from cooking some beef spare ribs on top of some salted pork. So that's a mix of lard from beef ribs and salted pork that I'm using for my beans. You can see the sheen starting to come up right there. You slow cook these. You slow cook them because what you want to do is burn or cook the moisture off of your beans, or as much moisture as you want. So you cook it on low. You cook them on low to gauge how thick or how wet you want your beans. Thus the refrying. So we are refrying these beans. I've mashed them up with my bean masher, and I use this one. I don't use the metal ones on these pans. This one works very well. I mash my beans manually, of course. I do not throw my beans in a blender and liquefy them. Anybody that serves you liquefied beans is not serving you refried beans. So when you liquefy them, you can't fry them like this because they're too runny, they're too broken down. But look at this. You can see at the bottom of the pan, you see how that is nice, and oh yep, and you see the edges. So these are true refried beans. You can see the meat in there from when I cooked those spare ribs that I mentioned, those ribs and that salt pork. All the little bits and pieces that fell off of those, I threw them in to my beans. And then I boiled these a little bit in my pan before I started to mash them down. Added a pinch of salt. And look where we're at now. You see that sheen coming out? Oh my God, these are looking so good. Anyways, these are refried beans. I hope you all enjoyed.